Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Select Shotgun mod, which is being made by user Nahir. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a new, lore-friendly pump-action revolver shotgun for you to enjoy, and I love this thing. It is awesome, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And it is actually the 9th addition into the Select series of weapons being made by Nahir, and it is just as good as all those others, and is just simply wonderful. So let's jump on over this way and have a look at what exactly we do get with the Select Shotgun, which in its most standard form will do 48 damage with a shotgun shell, with a firing rate of 5, range of 83, accuracy of 163, for a weight of 9.4. Not too bad there at all. And as you can see, this thing is gorgeous. Very nice on the modeling and texturing on this. You can just see so many details for this gun that it's quite cool. I like seeing, all the springs and the pump action mechanism here, and it's cool seeing the shotgun shells actually there in the revolver cylinder. It's just all very well put together and looks so much better than just the standard in-game shotgun, and I love it to death. And does have quite a good selection of modifications, so you can really change this thing up to, better suit your purposes. Now, there's nothing too crazy in here. I mean, it's always and forever going to be a pump-action revolver shotgun, but enough things to make it more valuable into the later game, and of course change up the style, which is always nice. Now, as for how you get your hands on one of these lovely things, well, you've got a number of ways, but first and foremost, you gotta find one of them in the world, and that is actually going to be just over at the Radio Tower 3SM-U81, where inside of it, a new dungeon has been added. There's a hatch on the outside of the tower, where you're gonna have to explore that dungeon and find this gun down a ways in the dungeon on a dead soldier's corpse. And this dungeon's actually pretty cool. I haven't played one of the Select weapon mods in a while, but for what I'm remembering, they were mostly finding one of the guns out in the world on some sort of dead person, and then you were good. I think this is, I don't know if it's the first one, but it's the first I'm remembering that adds a whole explorable dungeon, and it's pretty great. It's going to take you about 20 to 30 minutes to go through the whole thing, and you'll find hints to what to do with the puzzles and lore for the place on terminals scattered around. It's pretty awesome. Now, once you do have that gun in hand from, down in that bunker, you can then go to any chemistry station in the world and build your very own Select shotgun for just some adhesive, rubber, screw, steel, and wood. But that's not all. That's not all in the slightest, because once that's all done, starting at level 22, these shotguns will be added into the legendary roles for the game, so you may find these on some legendary enemies scattered around the world, thus giving you some, well, legendary versions of this thing. So that's pretty darn cool. You can find the one, and you gotta find the one in the bunker. You can then make it and even find them on occasion. So let's head on over to the weapon workbench here and have a gander at all the different mods we do have, starting with the receiver category, where we've got the pretty typical things in here, going from standard to tune on up to advanced receiver, which will give you a pretty decent amount of damage that can be upped a little bit down the line with some other mods, which is always good. And of course, that's before any additional perks that can up that damage further. So this thing will really be good into the mid to late game for sure. Now, in the barrel category, we've got short, standard, and long barrels in just normal, light, and heavy variants, all of which look great and, of course, help with a variety of stats. We then have the stock category, where you've got a lot of fun options from a short, more of a pistol grip, all the way up to a more recoil compensating, somewhat modern-ish looking stock, but all very nice, again, to change up the gun to how you like to use it. In the sights category, it's honestly a little bit lacking, and you guys know me, I like a lot of sights, but we've got iron sights, alternative iron sights, some glow versions, and then 2 different reflex with either the standard or dots, and of course an alternate model there. So not a huge amount of stuff, but I'm actually a little bit more okay with this gun than most guns that I complain about a lack of sights, because it's a shotgun. You don't exactly need like a huge ton of different sights if you're just gonna be, you know, shooting things with a shotgun. But that brings us down to the muzzle category, where we've either got nothing, compensator, bayonet, full choke, and suppressor. Always good. We then have a grip color here, so you can start to change up the aesthetics. And we got a lot of fun options, from different camos to straight up colors and, you know, all sorts of stuff in between, which is really cool. A very nice touch to, well, change the gun up to your own personal style. And that's not the only options we've got for that. We'll get to the others here in a moment. We then have the magazine slash... I mean, isn't that supposed to be called a cylinder? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on the terminology on that, but we have 2 versions, a quad or hex, so you can have 6 instead of 4 rounds, and they can either be buckshot or slug, and of course the slug will up the damage a bit, which is wonderful, so you can get the damage up even more, which is always nice. And then we have the charm, which is actually a really neat little thing. You may have noticed it when I jumped off the roof. It kind of moves around, has some physics of its own. And we've got, you know, either an empty charm, a no charm if you're boring and don't like it, and then a variety of different logos of different factions, companies like Nuka-Cola, and of course, good old-fashioned Vault Boy. Good times there. Then we have the final 2 categories are both aesthetic. We have the accents and the overall metal, and the accents are going to be, well, all those little fiddly bits on the styling of the gun, and we just have a number of different, well, metals, from gold to steel, copper, etc. All very, very cool. And then finally, we've got the overall metal, the sort of main metal of the body. And again, just a variety of different metals, from, you know, factory finish to just normal gunmetal, gold if you like it being gaudy. Just, you know, a lot of good options again here for your particular style. And that is it for the modifications. Let me go grab my modified versions here, and then we'll get to the shooting, and then of course to the usual Deathclaw, which I'll probably die from, because this thing is a slow-firing weapon. Powerful and fun, but slow-firing. And let's take some shots. And there we go. There's the nice reload animation on that. I really do like the unique cylinder there. And just overall, the pump action nature. I love a good pump action shotgun. And this thing does have that real visceral hit to it that I do very much like. Now, it is going to give you a lot of recoil, but because of the slow reload for, yeah, you know, the whole pump action thing, it actually stays on target pretty decently. You're not going to have to move it much between shots, if at all. So not too bad there. Now, let's take a look, of course, at our recoil compensating one, which I think... Oh, no, this is the one that I got up the highest, the 93 here. 93 damage with this suppressed shotgun. Very cool. We've got the slugs on there. Just all in all, a fun little sort of hunting shotgun was what I was going for. And yeah, pretty neat. So let's take some shots with it, and with the reflex sight on here. Magnificent. And with these 6 rounds on this thing, you know, you get a couple of more shots, which is always nice to have. Really won't mess around with this one because it's just going to be the same with the shooting. No real difference in the sound, but of course, just to see style-wise what you can get this thing to. You can go real gaudy with the gold and an ivory handle, which is interesting. Even the bayonet ends up being gold, which I don't think would make for a very good bayonet if it was gold, but okay, roll with it. It's all fun and stylistic there. So just a neat looking gun. So let's get ourselves a lovely Deathclaw. There's the word. Oh yes, also this is the alternate iron sights for this gun, which almost is kind of like a reflex. I actually prefer the alternate iron sights compared to the normal iron sights, but pretty darn cool. So let's pop ourselves a Deathclaw and run, Deathclaw and run. Okay, there we go. Hello, Deathclaw. Eat slug. Ooh, not a very good shot from this distance. Ooh, actually, are you slugs, or did I put buckshot in you? I think I put buckshot in that one. Okay, well, let's get out the suppressed one. a little bit more damage, and of course with the slugs, hopefully, oh my god, I don't think we're gonna kill him. I don't think we're gonna kill him. I forgot to spawn in like a crap load of shotgun shells, I'm just now realizing. And with my horrible shooting, I may not be able to kill this Deathclaw with what we have. Which, you know, shouldn't surprise anyone with my crappy shooting. But let's just roll in and try and kill him. Go just wild with it. Die, Deathclaw. Oh boy, I'm gonna die here. Let's get some nice body shots on him there. Ooh, not a whole lot of damage. Not a whole lot of damage. It would really help if I had some better perks on this thing. But, oh, God, I'm gonna die. Good times there. Run away again. So yes, this is the Select Shotgun mod. It is a fun new pump-action shotgun that would work a lot better if I could actually aim better to hit this Deathclaw, or remember to get those additional shotgun shells. Fun there. But yes, it's just a fun shotgun mod that adds a neat little new dungeon for you to explore, and I mean, again, just who doesn't love a good pump action? I would love to see some other modifications in there, like maybe some other ammo types like Dragon's Breath I think would be really cool. And of course, again, I mean, still would be neat, there we go, trying to say a sentence, to have some more sights. But overall, still a fun, wonderful addition to the Select series of guns. And again, who doesn't love a pump action? So if you'd like to see this gun in action for yourself and give it a try, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, oh my god, I got him, yes! That, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed and you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, well, have a good one.